Hello guys, this is Kudo, and today we'll continue our mini-series video about Firebase, and in this video I will show you how you can log using Apple Sign-In on iOS. So, let's get into it. So before starting the tutorial, make sure to have an Apple developer account. If you don't have an Apple developer account, you will not be able to sign in with Apple, unfortunately. So to have a developer account, you need to pay $100, €100 per year. So it's a renew account, but you need to have this to be able to sign in with Apple. There is no other way. So now we log into developer account. So let's go to Identifier, and now you will have the list of your project on Apple. So before doing anything, make sure to find your identifier. How you can find your identifier? So let's go back to Unity. And on Unity, remember on the project section, we have something called package name. So on iOS, so it's here. So we got the bundle identifier. So make sure to have this. So this one, come lprofessorkudo.unity.firebase toolkit in your account. So if I head back to my account, as you can see, I got mine here. All right. If you don't have it, just create it by adding plus identifier. Make sure to use Apple ID, continue, select app, continue, and just match the description and the bundle ID you use on your Unity. This should be unique. So this is why we always recommend your domain name, your app name. Like that is unique. So let's say if I do com.test, I'm pretty sure this will be taken because this is something very current and someone can use it. So this is why if you put your domain name or your company name, that will not be an issue. So now let's head back to all identifier. So let's go on our identifier, so this one, and let's find in capability sign in. So let's scroll down and you should find sign in with Apple. So let's check this and we can save this. We can confirm it. Okay, so next thing we want to do, so let's click on plus. And what we want to do, we want to add a service ID. So make sure to click on it. Let's hit continue. And on the service ID, we need a description. So this one, I will say Unity Firebase toolkit sign in app with Apple. And on the identifier, what I want to do, I want to use the same bundle ID as my app, so this one. And at the end, because it should be different, I will add, so dot, and I will add, so sign in with Apple. Like that, I will know this service ID will be used for using the sign in with Apple. It's up to you, you can name it as you want, but this one is nice because I know what is the purpose of it. So now let's hit continue. Let's register it. If you don't have the same name as the other one, it should appear over there. So now we create this identifier. We need to configure it. But before configure it, we need to do something on Firebase. So let's go back to Firebase. And let's go on authentication. And the authentication, we need to have sign-in method, and in the sign-in method, we add a new provider. So let's add a new provider, and we want to enable Apple. So like this, and we want to enable it. So now we can save this. So let's head back to Apple. And now as you can see, we got some authentication code flow, the PGP, key ID, Apple team ID, and also the domain. And this is very important. So what I want to do, I want to copy this. So let's copy this URL and let's go back to our Apple account. Let's click on the identifier here and let's configure it. So let's check sign in with Apple. Let's configure it. And as you can see, he was able to retrieve my project over there, okay? So now we want the domain and subdomain and also the return URL. So for the return URL, what we want to do, we just want to paste this. So basically, the URL Firebase give to us. And for the domain and subdomain, we just want to copy this part. So this one here, let's copy it and let's paste it. Now we can click on next. Make sure to have selected the good primary ID for your app. Let's click on next. And as you can see here, we got the subdomain and the domain and the return URL set it. So now we can click on done. We can click on continue and we can save this. Okay, so next thing we need to do, we need to create a key. So let's go on key and let's add a new key. So click on plus over there. Let's name it so Unity Firebase Toolkit. Toolkit. We want to check sign in with Apple. So let's check it and let's configure it. So now you should see your toolkit over there. So your bundle ID you created. So if you don't see it, make sure in the identifier you check sign in with Apple. So now let's select it. Let's save it, continue, and we want to do register. We want to register the key. Okay, so now this is very important part. So make sure to download the key. Remember, this key will, because it's Apple, will be able to download only once. So make sure to download it. Don't put it on the GitHub because this is your private key. So we want to keep this information personal. So as you can see here, of course I will blur it, but I got my private key. So make sure to make Command A, copy everything. Let's go back to Firebase now. As you can see on Firebase, here we got like a private key. You will need to paste your private key over there. So let's paste it. And when I register my private key, as you can see, key ID, Apple ID, and service ID is required. For the key ID, remember, if I head back to my developer account, as you can see here, we got the key ID. So let's copy it and paste it here. Okay. So now we need to fill up Apple Team ID. So let's go back to our developer account and you can find it over there like this. So let's copy this and paste it over there. And also we need to fill up the service ID. So the service ID, let's go back to all key. Let's go back to our identifier and let's select not Apple ID but service ID. And your service ID will be the one we just created. So the identifier, this one. So let's copy it. And now we can paste it over there. And as you can see here, we can save it. So let's save this. So now we just configure Firebase for be able to sign in with Apple Sign In. So now let's go back to Unity, and before diving into the code, let me explain with a quick diagram how this thing will work. So basically it's very similar to the Google sign-in. So the first thing we need to do, so basically the user should click on Apple Sign In. We will use Unity to call the native plugin on Swift. The native plugin will do its job, so basically it will display the native window of iOS to be able to log with his ID. So this is what happened here. So basically like that, the user can log with his login and password. And after login with this login and password, we will check the authorization. So if he's able to log with Apple, after that, Apple will exchange token. And with this token, we'll be able to get this token on Unity. So basically here the Swift will send to Unity the token we receive from Apple, and after that Unity will use this token to send it, to transform it to credential with Firebase, and Firebase will be able to see, oh, okay, this credential is valid, so I can log my user. So let's go on El Professor Kudo Firebase asset. So let's go to script Firebase, and as you can see here, I add Apple Sign-In. I also separate with Google Sign-In. So let's open Apple Sign-In. And so this code is very, very similar to the Google Sign-In. So as you can see, we inherited from abstract. So in the abstract, we got the away, we got the start, we got the sign-in. So this is the function we'll call in Unity, the on Apple sign-in success and the on Apple sign-in fail. So this is what Apple will give us back if we're able to sign in or not sign in, basically. We got also the sign out success and the sign out fail. So here that was our telling when we click on the sign in over there for the Firebase Apple part. So we'll call basically ZDLL. I code on Swift. We'll check it very quickly on how this works. And basically, if we're able to sign in, we'll be log, and we can, as you can see, add a callback. So the Firebase callback I code for you. Also for the sign out, something very easy, we'll call it, and after he will give us back the sign out. Very easy. So now let's see the Swift code. And as you can see, it's very similar to what we did for Google Sign In. So we got the declaration, so we got the function, so sign in, sign out. We got here also the class method, so this is an instance of Apple Sign In Bridge, and we got the wrapper, so basically here, the function we call from Unity, and after from this external class, we will call the Swift, and we will call the Apple Sign In Bridge sign in, sign out. The share here is just for say it's an instance like a singleton in C#, and basically this is the main code, so Apple Sign In Bridge Swift, and there it is, guys. So this is what I code. Keep in mind again, I'm not an expert in Swift. I try to do my best here. I hope I make good practice over there, but I'm really not an expert. But here we got basically the game object receiver, the start sign in, the start sign out, and also I need to code this. So basically random nonce. So this is like an encryption for Apple. This is a must do. So basically the none is used here where I use it. Here, so the raw nonce, so this is like for encrypting the credential because Apple wants you to be very secure about the data. Something not easy to put in place, because this take me a long time to understand how Apple work and how this is built. So basically the credential, and here this is basically the bridge for calling this the function, and also here like the singleton in C#, so the instance for sign-in handler, and we call the function. Okay, so again, I will not go that deep in the code. I don't want to waste too much of your time. The important thing is for you, this will work. So now we can head back to Unity. Let's clear the console. So okay, and let's build our project. So again, let's do file, build profile, make sure to switch on iOS, and let's create a clean build. Okay, now so the build is finished, so let's open the Xcode workspace. So let's open it. Let's go on Unity iPhone, on sign in and capability, and on the team, make sure to select one who got the payment. So in my case, it will be this one. And as you can see, I was able to log log and got the provisioning profile, and also as you can see, my bundle identifier is the same as the one I create. I will also add a capability because we create an application to be able to sign in with Apple. So let's add capability. Let's go and type sign in, and let's add sign in with Apple. And it should add Unity iPhone over there, so this one. Okay, so now let's build this and let's try this. So as you can see, I launched the application on my mobile. So let's see what's happened. So I add a very nice UI. So let's click on sign in Apple UI. As you can see, very basic button. So let's click on sign in Apple. And as you can see, we're able to choose how we want to log. So we got share my email, or we can mask our email. So let's hide my address. So we'll continue with one code. So let's click on this. So and as you can see, I was able to sign in with Apple. So let's see if everything is work. So this is the best Firebase tutorial. Firebase tutorial. Okay. Save the data. let's load the data. And as you can see, this is the bed. Sorry for the misspelling, but there it is, guys. So as you can see, I was able to sign in with Apple. Okay, that's it, guys, for this video. I hope you enjoy this video. I hope you will like it. If you like my content, do not hesitate to subscribe, thumb up, and comment. If you feel like it, do not hesitate to buy me coffee. It will be very nice from you, and it will be very appreciated to support me for my work. And in the next video, we will see how to be able to sign in with Apple, but this time on Android. And this one was pretty hard to do because they are so tricky and so vicious, Apple, man. But we'll see this in the next video. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye bye.